I've used a lot of flip phones before, but my opinions of flip phones has always been somewhat negative. I probably unlock my phone hundreds of times a day and most of the time just to reply a message or check some news, but getting these things done on a small screen are very awkward. In fact, the flip phone puts the look first and practicality second, but this time Honor obviously doesn't approach it the same way, so this is Honor's first flip phone, the Honor Magic V Flip, which has a huge 4-inch screen and 4800 mAh battery. Now, let's see how it performs in real life. Back to the unboxing, the Magic V Flip comes in a white box which contains a 66-watt charger with an A2C cable and a case. Since we purchased the pink version, the case is in the same color scheme. When I first got my hands on the phone, the thing that caught my attention the most was the small screen, which, as you can see, takes up almost half of the space on the back of the phone. It's actually a 4-inch screen. It's almost the same size as the iPhone 5, so it's very practical compared to some of the tiny screens on the other flip phones. And the app experience that have been optimized are really good, such as the Chinese TikTok. When watching videos, the screen ratio is close to 16:9, which is very practical. When I need a bigger screen, I unfold the phone and the app automatically switches to the main screen, so experience is seamless. Using social media apps isn't too difficult on this small screen, and most of the times I don't have to use the main screen. This 4-inch screen helps me with 90% of the scenarios. Unfortunately, the international version is not yet available, and this small screen currently only supports most of the system apps and hundreds of popular apps in China. After some testing, most of the international apps were not supported on this small screen. If you buy the Chinese version, you will probably only be able to use its basic features, such as checking messages and taking selfies, for now, of course. In terms of looks, we got the pink version, which has a smooth plastic casing with a linear textured interior design. I personally like this design. Of course, to make this small screen unified, the Magic V Flip put the flash at the unique place at the other side. In terms of thickness, the Magic V Flip is thinner than most phones when unfolded, comparable to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. But unlike Samsung's 3700 mAh battery, the Magic V Flip has a 4800 mAh battery, which is why I like this phone. Going back to the front of the phone, it has a very good crease control. It's hard to notice in normal use. I took some videos from different angles, you can check it out closely. The Magic V Flip's hinge doesn't support stabilization at any angle. It cannot stand still when the angle is too large and too small, but I don't think it affects the use at all. It is worth noting that the main screen is 21:9 ratio, which looks more elegant, so in my opinion, the design of Magic V Flip is excellent this time. This 4-inch outer screen supports 0.1 to 120 Hz LTPO and has good brightness and clarity at the same time. In terms of dimming, 2160 Hz PWM dimming in low brightness, DC dimming in medium and high brightness. For a small screen, it is obviously good enough. The big screen has 1080p resolution and a rare 850 nit high manual brightness. Like many Honor phones, the Magic V Flip also supports 3840 Hz PWM dimming at low brightness with Honor's exclusive eye protection technology, so I'd give this screen a high score. Surprisingly, this phone uses a chip from 2022, the A Plus Gen 1, and it's worth noting that it is a downclocked version, which is slightly lower in frequency than the standard version. But I don't have any complaint about the performance. The A Plus Gen 1 is good enough for everyday use. I mean, even with the latest flagship chips, it's hard to get the best performance out of a flip phone. And chances are that the users of a flip phone won't be running heavy games. I've also tested the gaming performance of this phone, and you can see that even without taking other reasons into account, the heat dissipation area of the flip phone is only half that of a normal phone. The Magic V Flip uses a combination of main camera and ultra-wide camera. The ultra-wide camera also supports macro shooting. I took some samples and it has a good detail and HDR effect, and dissipation control is very good even in scenes with high contrast lighting. Selfies are outstanding because you can use this main camera. The only complaint I have about it is that the camera looks a little bit strange due to the camera position. The only way to get a normal photo is when you turn the phone upside down to take a picture. Of course, this isn't a problem, it just takes some time to get used to it. This phone has a big 4800 mAh battery placed inside the 195 grams body. In the battery test, I tested it using the main screen and I was a bit surprised with the results. It also supports 60-60 watt charging and takes about 50 minutes to fully charge the battery. So if you're looking at only the battery and charging, the Magic V Flip has no competitors. As you can see, Honor really put some thought into this flip phone with a more useful small screen, bigger battery, and better eye protection. But for me, if I had to choose a flip phone to use right now, I'd definitely go for the Magic V Flip. Anyway, if you're looking for a useful flip phone, geekwheels.com has all the best phones for you. This is Will from China. See you next time.